Hi, and welcome to this instructional video for how to use your new Kera transfer aid. My name's William, and this is my dad, Keith. He's an engineer.
I'm an engineer.
He designed the spring-free trampoline, as well as components of the Aquatica. He helped create the Skyboard, and now he's going to help get you from the dinner table onto the toilet and then into the lounge before the news starts at 6 o'clock with his newest invention, the Kera transfer aid. Let's hope it works, Dad.
Let's hope you can explain how to use it properly.
Alright, well, before we actually do a transfer though, I think it's necessary that you become a bit more familiar with some of the different parts of the Kera. This is also useful as a safety check whenever you use the Kera. So, before you use the Kera, check that the operational handle is working smoothly by squeezing the lock lever and moving the operational handle. You'll see that this also moves the chest pad up and down. You want to leave it so that it's sitting just above where their thighs are going to be. Now make sure that the chest pad is moving in and out smoothly, and once you've done that you want to leave it so that it's pulled all the way towards you. Check that the legs spread in and out by stepping on the spread pedal, and make sure that the brakes are working. Now, before we start explaining the steps in detail, let's do a transfer from beginning to end so that you can see the whole process. The Kera is a transfer aid to help a caregiver transfer someone between seated positions. It can be used for single caregiver transfers, used between seated positions such as an armchair, toilet, and even a bed if the person being transferred can sit on the edge of a bed, and used for someone that is non-weight bearing. It's also a secure lift transfer, which means that the back strap holds the person secure throughout the entire lift. Before using your Kera, you should check if the person being transferred is under 120 kilograms, if the person being transferred has been authorized to be transferred by the Kera by a health professional, and if both yourself and the person being transferred are capable enough to perform the full transfer process. So, now that you've seen a transfer with the Kera, we can go into some more detailed explanation about each one of those steps. Now, it might be useful to point out that the steps in this video correspond to the same number of steps in the instruction manual. So, step 1, fitting the back strap. The Kera uses a back strap to ensure that the person is safe and secure throughout the whole transfer. The Kera's back strap is similar to a sling. It should be oriented this way, with the label facing outwards. Lean the person forward in the chair, just enough to slide the back strap down to around their waistline or just above their belt. Then lean them back in the chair to hold the back strap in place. Now, step 2, feet, knees and applying the brake. Spread the legs, then move the Kera forward until the foot pads are almost touching the person's feet. Then apply the brake. Ask the person to assist with putting their feet on the foot pads. Remove the brake and move the Kera forward until the person's knees are touching or within a few centimeters of the knee pads. Then apply the brake. Step 3. Chest pad on the lap. Now, as we showed before, the chest pad slides in and out to be able to adjust for the size of the person being lifted. It's important to ensure that the chest pad is pressed comfortably and firmly against the person's chest to ensure a comfortable and secure transfer. So, to adjust the chest pad, you pull up on the sizing pin, slide the chest pad forward until the foam slightly squashes against the person's chest, release the sizing pin, and then push the chest pad forward slightly more until the sizing pin drops into a locking hole. With larger people, you may need to squish the chest pad quite firmly into their chest, but don't worry, it's made out of squishy memory foam and is nice and comfortable. Is that alright?
That's okay.
Then squeeze and hold the lock lever and press the chest pad down on the person's lap. Now, these steps are important to ensure a good transfer, but you don't want to press too hard that it's uncomfortable for the person in the chair. So make sure you're always communicating with them to make sure that they're feeling comfortable. Are you feeling alright, Dad?
Pretty good in this hat.
Good. Now, step 4, securing and tightening the back strap. The most important thing to get right is the tightening of the back strap. If the back strap is too loose or too tight, the person being moved won't feel comfortable. So make sure you're always communicating with them throughout this step. Bring the straps one at a time under the person's arms and hook the rings onto the hooks on the handle. Ask the person to assist with either holding the handlebars or resting their arms in the cradle by hugging the chest pad. Now pull evenly on both blue tabs and then pull each blue tab one at a time with your spare hand on the handle. Does that feel comfortable, Dad?
That feels good.
Nice. Now, the carer lifts the person by hugging them up against the chest pad with the back strap. So the tightness of the back strap is very important. So make sure you communicate with the person about whether the back strap is feeling comfortable and whether it's tight enough. Does that feel comfortable, Dad?
Surprisingly comfortable, actually.
Good. So, step 5, lifting from the seat. Once you've fitted and secured the back strap comfortably, you're ready to perform a lift. So, take a firm two-handed grip on the handlebar, then you're going to lift the person forward from their seat by pulling the handle towards you and taking a step backwards. The handle should end up approximately at your waist. You'll feel the handle go weightless, which means that the person's in a secure position. You can then release the lock lever. However, the handle can move a bit further forward, which might make it more comfortable for the person as more weight will be on their chest pad rather than on their legs. So make sure you communicate with the person to see whether they're in the most comfortable position for them within that safe zone. Do you want to go a bit further forward?
Yep.
How's that?
Great.
Good. Now at this point you can let go of the handle completely and move around the carer if you need to. Now here's an important point. You need to continue holding the lock lever down until the person is entirely lifted and the handle is weightless, or until the person is entirely lowered to their seat. So continue to hold the lock lever until the person is entirely lifted and the handle is weightless, or until the person is entirely lowered to their seat. So the good news is, because of how the back strap is designed, it means that the person can't fall out even if the back strap is too loose. It does, however, mean that the person will be a bit uncomfortable during the lift and the chest pad will tend to ride up. Here's an example of what a lift looks like when the back strap is too loose. However, once the back strap is tightened properly, it's so secure that Dad could fall asleep during a lift and it wouldn't matter. Isn't that right, Dad? So, step 6, transferring. Now that you've got the person in a safe, secure, comfortable position, you feel safe, secure and comfortable?
Oh, yes, that's pretty good.
Good. You can begin to move the carer around. Begin by releasing the brake and then move the carer. Now, here's a tip. One click forward on the green foot pedal means that all 4 wheels pivot, making it easier to move side to side. 2 clicks forward on the green foot pedal means that only 2 wheels pivot, making it easier to steer. Now make sure the carer is aligned properly with the chair and the person's legs are around 10 centimeters or 4 fingers away from the chair. If the person is too far back or not far back enough in the chair,
Oh, could you put me back a bit?
yeah, sure, you can always lift them again and adjust their position.
That's better.
Now, finally, step 8, disengaging the carer. We start by releasing these straps, and here's a tip: if you hold the loose strap in your hand, it stops the straps from getting twisted. Remove the rings from the hooks, let them hang down beside the person. Ensure the person is stable and that their arms and legs aren't going to catch on anything as you move the carer away. Take off the brake and carefully move the carer. Then remove the back strap. And that's it. So, now that you've finished watching this training video, we suggest that you practice using the carer both as the caregiver and as the person being moved. For further information, you can go to the Kera user guide on our website at www.htsystems.co.nz, or you can contact us at trainer@htsystems.co.nz to book a one-on-one training and troubleshooting session.
Well done, son. I take my hat off to you.